How's it, everybody? My name is JD Sanchez, and today I'll be teaching you how to skate transition. This is episode 3 of How to Skate Transition. In the last episode, I taught you how to knee slide, tail tap, drop in, slash, and rock to fakie. In this episode, I'll be teaching you all of these. But before we get started, make sure you put on your helmet and your pads. The first trick I'm going to be teaching you is an axle stall, which is this. So your foot positioning for an axle stall is going to be like everything else. Front foot right behind the front bolt, back foot right behind the back bolt at the tail, just like that. And now you're just going to practice going up like this, which you learned in the very first episode. And then you're going to do that, but turn halfway. And then just keep practicing that until you have it down. And then we can bring it up to the mini ramp. So when you're getting into an axle stall, you want to kind of go on a tiny angle just like that. Then you're going to do like how you do a slash, but then you're going to get your back truck and your front truck on just like that. Lean back a tiny bit so that you can stay on top. And then, once you're like this, take your back truck and push it forward into the ramp so it looks like that. Then when you're coming in, you're going to come in just like a slash. Or you know how you go up like this on flat? Do that. And then kick turn in and land like a slash or a kick turn. And then once you get it down, you can have it start looking like this. The second trick I'm going to be teaching you is how to do a feeble stall. And this is how a feeble stall looks like. So a feeble stall is going to have the same foot positioning as the axle stall. Your front foot right behind the front bolts and your back foot right behind the back bolts at the tail. And again, practice going up like this and then only turn halfway. Or maybe not even halfway, because you don't have to turn halfway for this trick. So once we bring it on to transition, it might actually be easier than an axle stall. It's different for everyone. But to me, it's easier than an axle stall. So, how you do a feeble stall on a ramp is you're going to go up in an angle just like how you do it on an axle stall. Go up, do like a slash, and then stomp your front trucks with your front foot. Pretend like there's a giant bubble full of money or your favorite thing. Stomp down just like that. And your front truck shouldn't be on the coping. And then if you're like this when you get into the feeble stall, when your truck is fully on the coping, you don't want to be like that. You want to be like that. And then when you come in, you're going to come in just like a backside slash. You're going to go up, turn, backside slash, in. And then once you get it down, you can start doing it like this. So the third trick I'm going to be teaching you is how to pivot. A pivot looks like this. So the foot positioning for a pivot is exactly like the Feeble Stall and the axle stall. Front foot right behind the front bolts, back foot right behind the back bolts at the tail. And again, practice going up and turning halfway. But instead of stomping down, you're not going to stomp down. You're just going to stay upright just like this. Once you get it down on flat, we can bring it to the transition. So this kind of helped me. You got to know how to slash to do this trick, in my opinion. So again, go in a little angle, get on top like how you're getting into a feeble, but then instead of smashing it down, you're going to keep your board upright and try to balance. So you might want to learn how to balance on like this. And with this trick, you actually don't really have to move your back truck back, or else you might fall off, because this trick is much safer. And then you're going to come in exactly like a slash. And what I notice, whenever you're coming in, it automatically goes to how you're supposed to be. And then you can come in just like a slash. And then you just keep practicing until you get really good at them. And then you can start looking like this. So the fourth trick I'll be teaching you is how to 50-50. And this is how a 50-50 looks like. So the foot positioning for a 50-50 is exactly the same as the axle stall. Again, front foot right behind the front bolts and back foot right behind the back bolts. Again, like how I told you, practice this. But before you can do this trick, you gotta know how to axle stall. Unless you're one of those people who can 50-50 before they can axle stall. So, when you bring it onto the ramp, you're gonna do an axle stall, but you're just gonna grind. So instead of going in a tiny bit of an angle, go more in an angle, and then gain speed, then pretend like you're going up into a 50-50. And then you're going to land on top. Then you're going to push. You're going to go far. And then when you feel like coming in, you can either stop if you want to. That's what I used to do when I first started. And then go back in like an axle stall. Or if you get really good at it, midway through the grind, you're just going to put your truck back like this. And then come in when you're grinding. And when you come in, it's going to be like a slash. Like really like a slash, because you're actually grinding. So then, again, just go far, boom, then turn in, lean forward, do not lean back. Just commit to it, don't worry. You have your knee pads to slide on if you fall. And then sooner or later, you start getting them like this. So the fifth and final trick I'll be teaching you is how to 5-0. Now this is how a 5-0 looks like. So a 5-0, you're going to have the same foot positioning as a pivot. Again, same foot. Front foot right behind the front bolts. Back foot right behind the back bolts at the tail. Again, keep practicing this. You're going to have to know how to pivot to do this one really well. Okay, so when we're doing backside 5-0s, when we bring it to the ramp, go up in an angle, but even more than you usually do. So say you do a pivot like this, go in this angle. Go faster than a pivot, and then get onto it just like a pivot, and then try to balance it. If you can manual, this would really help with your 5-0s. So practice that. And then again, you don't have to move your back truck back. Just gonna keep it there, and it's gonna automatically do it when you're coming back in. So then again, just keep practicing it until you get it down. Sooner or later, you'll get them really good, and you can start doing them steezy and nice like this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you learned something new, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know whenever I post a brand new video. And you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and keep shredding.